All right, guys, my name is Cassie. So this is our Chef at 11 demo, and we are highlighting some of the recipes that we're using in our CSA Share. So just to let everyone on Facebook know, we are streaming live from the Urban Farming Institute, which is located in Oakland Park. So I want to talk about a couple things before we get started, just the importance of eating fresh plants or fresh vegetables and fruit. So plants have these awesome nutrients called phytonutrients in them that are actually essential for plants. They help fight off pests and other bugs, and for us they're not essential, but they have really great benefits when we do consume them. They have anti-inflammatory properties which can help us feel better and also combat some chronic disease. So one of the other things that fresh produce are high in is vitamin and minerals. So those are things or nutrients that our bodies actually do need to function optimally. Now we only need them in small amounts, but even just not getting enough of them, not necessarily deficient, but maybe a suboptimal intake of them can make you feel fatigued. Maybe, you'll get some aches and pains, dry skin. So this is why it's very important to eat lots of fresh produce and also a variety, because some plants will be higher in certain nutrients. So my great example is bell peppers, and we know that red, yellow, and green peppers, they all are high in vitamin C, but certain colors will have a higher, for instance, our orange will have a higher vitamin C content than a green bell pepper. So this is why it's really important to eat a variety of fresh produce as well. So one of the great things that they do here at the Urban Farming Institute is they don't use any herbicides, fungicides, or pesticides. So they're really taking care of their plants to ensure that they're growing and having the most amount of photosynthesis, which means you're getting the most amount of nutrients as well as a really fresh taste. And most of the things that are in our CSA boxes were picked within the last 24 hours. So you're really ensuring that you have a high nutrient content as well as getting that very fresh flavor. So one of the things that we're going to highlight today is a green papaya salad. So most of the ingredients in this green papaya salad are in the CSA box. My papaya is not as green, but some of the papayas that are in the CSA box are much more green than this. So the first thing that you want to do is cut the ends off of your papaya. If you have a grate, once you peel your papaya, it will work better than chopping it into little pieces. So you can either, if they're soft enough, peel it by hand, but in this case, since you're using a green one, it would be better to cut it. With your papaya seeds, if you want, you can dry them out. They need to dry for at least 2 weeks and make sure they're nice and dry, and then you can plant them in your backyard and grow your own papayas. So I'm going to cut the papaya in really small pieces, almost like a coleslaw. So papaya is very high in vitamin C, so we all know vitamin C is great for the immunity. And especially with everyone getting sick lately, it's super important that you eat all the nutrients that help support your body. That way you have a better defense fighting off these colds and other germs. The other thing we have is cabbage. So to add a nice crunch to your salad. So once again, if you have maybe a peeler for the papaya, you can use that. For the cabbage, I'm just cutting it with my knife. You can do thin or chunkier pieces. Now we did put some carrots out in our CSA Share, but we were very limited in the carrots that we have, so I have some pre-shredded for me, and I'm also going to sprinkle those into the salad. We have some extra shredded papaya that was done much nicer, so if you get a tool that you can use to shred, it's much prettier and thinner than it is when you use your knife. The other things that we have are tomatoes that are going to be fresh from the Jeff's garden, so you can cut them in half and sprinkle them on top. And then another thing from our CSA box that's going in our papaya salad is going to be the green beans. So green beans are very high in vitamin K, which is important for blood clotting, as well as vitamin C. So once you put and you mix that all together, I would suggest using a larger bowl. We're going to make the dressing that goes on top. So we have soy sauce, and the amounts are on the recipe card that are going in your CSA box. You can use chili paste, or you can use Thai chilies. I like sriracha as well. If you want it to have a little bit more of a kick, then you can add some more.
Chef Cassie, I didn't spill anything this time.
Good job. After that, we have sugar. And then we also have lime. And then you want to chop up some garlic. So we touched on some highlights or some benefits of garlic last week as well. So it has alliin in it, which is another great compound that can help fight against germs. The only thing that you have to remember is that in order for it to be activated, you have to crush your garlic, and your garlic has to be raw. So once you cook your garlic, then it does not have the same benefits anymore. So you mix that all in a bowl. You're going to dress your salad like this. Make sure you toss it, and then you want to let it chill for 4 hours so all the flavors really marinate together. And then once you take it out, you can garnish it with some peanuts. And then a couple of things that are great to pair it with are shrimp, maybe tofu if you are doing vegan or you're practicing vegetarian. Or we also have chicken, pork, whatever type of protein that you want to add to it. My personal favorite is shrimp. Yes. And so we have some pre-made from earlier today that's already been chilled and sliced nicely. Yes. So the other thing that we're going to touch on today, and this was a very last minute add to our CSA, is carrot top. So we really try not to waste the stuff that we use and use every part of the vegetable. So traditionally when we think of a carrot, we're like, okay, we're just going to eat the bottom part when we think of like Bugs Bunny. So carrots, that bright orange color, are high in beta carotene, which is really good for your eyes as well as your skin. But also today, we're just going to make a pesto out of it. So we have a little bullet right here. We're also going to add some raw garlic to it. So once again, you have that compound that is really great for fighting off viruses, common colds. You're going to add some walnuts instead of pine nuts. We're also going to squeeze some lemon in there. And then we can do some lemon zest. So if you don't have, this is what I like to do, I just kind of scrape and then right into there. Then we also have some green onions.
Gorgeous onions.
These are also in our CSA share box. And then last but not least, the leaves from our carrot top. So you just want to pull the leaves off. You don't want the stems. You can add salt and pepper to taste. So pesto is great on pasta. You can put it also on any type of, if you wanted to do tofu or chicken.
How about a banana? No?
I don't know about pesto and banana. It might not be that good. You can do it with kale. You could really do it with any green. So, you know, I love to make use or get the most out of my greens. So if I notice that I'm not going to eat one of my greens, I can always, you can saute them, you can make them into a pesto as well. Or my favorite is to freeze them, because then you can crunch them up and put them in a smoothie, and they blend really nice when they're in the smoothie. So you're going to put everything together. Sometimes if it doesn't blend right away, you can add a little bit more oil, or you can add a little bit of water. And then it has a nice, beautiful green color, and we also have some of that prepared for you guys to try as well if you're brave. But I promise it tastes great. So it's just another way that you can use every part of the vegetable that you're getting, and you don't have to waste anything. Does anybody have any questions? Awesome. All right, guys. So make sure to tune in for more recipe ideas for your CSA shares and find out more ways to incorporate fresh fruit and vegetables into your diet.